Greetings, Starfighters. So to make up for me not getting the third episode of Season 10 of Shameless Cash Grab out in December, like I'd hoped, but things happened, I have decided to go through on a project I'd been thinking about for a little while. This is going to help me choose one of the books to read in 2024. And what I've done is I've taken, I left off a few for various reasons. I'll probably get into it because YouTube is favoring longer videos these days, which I've talked about before. Shorts and or long form videos seem to be getting the biggest boosts in the algorithm. Stuff in the middle, I guess, tends to still only do okay if you're already kind of popular. But anyway, so many of you may not be aware of this thing called BookTok, which is, it's readers on TikTok. It's books that become popular by way of TikTok, basically, or even authors who manage to build their fan bases on TikTok, I guess. Some books in the BookTok thing I'm aware of more through controversy than through their actual quality. A few get picked up for movie deals here and there. And what I have here are 35. Admittedly, I probably could have done more research, but I decided 35 was plenty. 35 of the big BookTok books of 2023. And I will choose one. Now, you know what? Let's make this a little bit more interesting. Two. I will randomly spin this little wheel here, and I will choose two of these books to read in 2024. Now, one big kind of book, 2023 BookTok book that I decided to leave off the list is November 9 by Colleen Hoover, because I saw the Amanda the Jedi review of that, and she went into pretty heavy spoilers on that, and all I can say is, nope. Another book that was big with BookTok in 2023 is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. That one is actually already on my Christmas wish list, so I'm going to be reading it anyway at some point, so I decided not to put it on here. And I also left off a couple of nonfictions, too. The only nonfiction book still on this list is a Britney Spears memoir. So, let's go ahead and, we got 35 entries. I'm going to pick two books. Actually, let me go ahead and read off all that I got here, because you might not be able to see that, not just because I've been scrolling. Okay, so we've got Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros and Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, both of which I'm... the vibe I've picked up, I'm not, heavy into BookTok. I watch a few book YouTubers, mainly Jenna Moreci and occasionally Murphy Napier, and Reads with Cindy. That's about it. Amanda the Jedi does movies and TV more than books, but... Yes, okay, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, Happy Place by Emily Henry, Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. That was also the title of an episode of Season 2 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. That was a really good episode. Bunny by Mona Awad. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry, I didn't look up any of these. Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El-Motar and Max Gladstone. I became aware of that one through the memes because that book took off after a Twitter user with the name Bigolus Dickolus promoted it. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. There's quite a few romances on here, which is not really my thing, so that could be interesting if both of my books end up being romances. Beach Read by Emily Henry. The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. Verity by Colleen Hoover. I'm also familiar with Colleen Hoover's November 9th through some spoilerific reviews. I think also Amanda the Jedi, and also Reads with Cindy, and I'm not going to lie, I'm really hoping I don't get that one. Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I hope I pronounced that right. Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. The Guest by Emma Klein. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. The Butcher and Blackbird, The Ruinous Love Trilogy by Brynne Weaver. I don't know if that's one of the trilogy or if it's the entire trilogy in a compilation. The Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. That one and Daisy Jones and the Six were both turned into... I think one was turned into a series and one was turned into a movie on Amazon Prime. I have not seen either, so no comment. The Inheritance Games by Jenner Lynn Barnes. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Carrie Soto Is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. And The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. All right. So... 35 books. 2 of these are going to be purchased by me, and I'm going to try and find time to read them in 2024, along with stuff I want to read anyway, such as I have like the new book, the second book in the Midsolar Murders series by Mur Lafferty. I really want to get to that. I've just started Doppelganger by Naomi Klein, and well, okay. You know, if this video does well, I might actually make this kind of an annual thing. And, oh, and also, I should have said this up front. If I manage to finish both of these 2023 book talk books in 2024, I will do short and relatively, I'll try to keep it spoiler free, unless I think the book is like, not just bad, but like offensively bad, in which case I will go deep into spoilers to list all the reasons why you should avoid them. Okay, so enough of the enough waffling. Let's pick our 2 books. Let me find something to write this down on since I don't have a text document open. Okay, all right. All right, first up, okay, our first winner is The Guest by Emma Klein. I'm writing it down, okay. Okay, and we'll go ahead and remove it from the list here, and then give that one more spin. Exciting, isn't it? Please don't be Colleen Hoover. Please don't be Colleen Hoover. And Beach Read by Emily Henry. Okay. There were some fantasy novels on this list. I'm not going to lie, I was actually kind of hoping that I'd get at least one of those, but such are the risks when you... Hold on a second, the cap on my pen is being difficult there. Okay, such are the risks when you resort to randomization. Let's look up what we're going to be looking at in 2024, what I'm going to be reading in 2024. If any of you have read either of these, feel free to leave spoiler-free comments in the comment section.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right, so first, The Guest by Emma Klein. Average rating of 3.34 on Goodreads. That's about an average. It seems like according to like half the people who read it liked it and half the people who read it hated it. That's not always. That could mean anything, really. Let's see, summer is coming to a close on the east end of Long Island, and Alex is no longer welcome. A misstep at a dinner party, and the older man she's been staying with dismisses her with a ride to the train station and a ticket back to the city. With few resources and a waterlogged phone, but gifted with an ability to navigate the desires of others, Alex stays on Long Island and drifts like a ghost through the hedged lanes, gated driveways, and sun-blasted dunes of a rarefied world that is, at first, closed to her. Propelled by desperation and a mutable sense of morality, she spends the week leading up to Labor Day, moving from one place to the next, a cipher leaving destruction in her wake. Looks like we're getting an unlikable protagonist story. That can work, but that is really tricky to do. I mean, you do that wrong. You basically, if you're lucky enough to finish the book, you spend the whole thing going, it's like, why the fuck am I following this asshole? Alright, so that was The Guest. Let's see what Beach Read is about here. A romance writer who no longer believes in love, and a literary writer stuck in a rut engage in a summer-long challenge that may just about everything they believe about happily ever afters. Okay, it has a good average rating, but oh dear, I'm generally not a fan of books that are about authors. Oh dear. Okay, Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. Oh dear God, I'm already dreading this. This is gonna be some of that enemies to lovers shit, isn't it? I'm not a fan of that. Okay, in fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses, broke and bogged down with writer's block until one hazy evening. One thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. Oh, that's... Okay. Okay, I'm honestly trying to think of any story, like book, TV, movie about a writer that's actually like good, and literally the only title that is popping into my head right now is Wonder Boys with Michael Douglas. This does not bode well. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backwoods death cult. Okay, that might be interesting. Everyone will finish a book and no one will fall in love, really. Somehow, I doubt that's true, but we'll see where that goes. Okay. Thanks for joining me for this. And, pray for Mojo.